Welcome to Basement MTG with me, a nerd in his basement. For this video, I'll be going over what is in the green deck, the mono green, or the OG green as I call it. Check out the videos where this deck plays against the Battle of the Horde or to defeat a god. This video is just to show what is in this deck, as those videos don't show everything. Obviously, forests. The only other lands in this deck besides forests are Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. It's an excellent land for any monocolored deck. Obviously great for green to mana accelerate. You can choose a color and add mana to your mana pool towards the devotion of that color by just tapping 2. That would be an awesome land to have more of. Unfortunately, I only opened one of those. And for the most part, I try to use just what I get in boosters for building my decks and for my collection. That's not to say I haven't gotten some singular cards here and there, but for the most part, I just roll with what I get in the boosters. Got a Mosswort Bridge. It's a hideaway land. When it comes in, look at the top 4, exile 1 face down with it, put the rest on the bottom. Then later you can tap a green mana in it and play it for free if you have total power of 10 or greater within the creatures. Last non-forest land is just a Tranquil Thicket, a little cycling land. Just one, just in case later on you get that land. Hey, you can cycle it, draw a card. These are the only non-permanent cards I have in this deck. I don't find too much need for too many non-permanents. Invoke the Ancients. Get 2 4/5 green spirit tokens. For each of them, put a counter of either a Vigilance, Reach, or Trample on it. Primal Surge, one of my favorite sorceries in this deck. Exile the top card. If it's a permanent, put it on the battlefield. If you do that, repeat the process. Another reason why there's not too many non-permanents in here. Shamanic Revelation, draw a card for each creature you control. Gain 4 life for each one of those that's power 4 or greater. Drawing cards is amazing no matter what deck. And green definitely needs it. Whirlwind, destroy all creatures with flying. Metamorphosis. Awesome artwork on this card, love that. Sack a creature. Add the amount of mana equal to its casting cost, plus 1 to your mana pool. Can be used to cast summon spells, and may be of just one color. Winds of Khalsisma. Prevent all combat damage. If you have creatures 4 or greater, just prevent the opponent's damage. And a Fog. Same type of deal, prevent all combat damage. These are the non-creature, non-planeswalker permanents. Vivian's Arcbow. Discard a card, look at the top X cards of your library. Well, tap X and tap it to do that. Put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less from among them on the battlefield. Rest on the bottom in a random order. Endless Atlas, tap 2 to draw a card. Activate it only if you control 3 more lands with the same name, which all those forests count for that. Elemental Bond, whenever a creature with power 3 or greater comes in, draw a card. Thran Dynamo, tap to add 3 mana. You need that mana acceleration for these big green baddies. Into the Wilds, at the beginning of your upkeep. Look at the top card of the library. If it's a land, put it on the battlefield. And more ways to get rid of flying. If you don't have a lot of reach in the deck, or green doesn't have a whole lot of flying, so you need a little bit extra. Tap 2, target creature gains flying. Or tap 5, tap it, destroy target creature with flying. That's a great little card, not only to give your own creatures flying, to destroy creatures with flying, or give your opponent's creatures flying and then destroy them. Planeswalkers in the deck are Vivian, Champion of the Wilds. I won't read all these abilities, but put it up here nice and good so you can pause it if you want to read them, if you're not aware of the card. Now this card is that Phyrexian Nissa in the Phyrexian language. Whenever I play this card, I don't have it completely memorized. I got to search up. I got a different one in my elf deck. I got to grab that out, read what it does. You can always just look it up. Garrick Wildspeaker, classic, untapping lands, getting some beasts. One of my favorites in the deck, Nissa Worldwaker. My favorite just because I like the mana acceleration she adds. The +1 to untap for a forest is great. Search in your library for all basic lands that you want. Make them 4/4s with trample, also great. And Garrick, Caller of Beasts. Another great one just to pull some creatures out of your deck, put some green creatures right on the battlefield without having to cast them. And that emblem is great. Cast a creature spell and search a creature, put it on the battlefield. Every creature you play becomes 2. And, well, that's it for the cards in this deck that are not creatures. Now we'll move on to some of these creatures. I'll try not to read through them too specifically, but I'll hold them up there nice so that you can pause and check them out yourself. Nissa, Vastwood Seer. This was a transform card. Flip into the Planeswalker. Sage Animist. Let me throw the cards around real quick. Battle Mammoth. Gotta have those big baddies with trample. Little mana acceleration here. Llanowar Druid. Sack it. Untap all your forests. Pathbreaker Ibex. Just a great way to beef up your creatures. Give them some trample. Paleoloth. Wanvuli Beast Tracker. Great way to search up your green creatures that you're looking for. Death Touch, Hexproof, Reach, or Trample are typically in there, so you can search up one card of any of that. Put it on the top of your library after shuffling. Reverend Hunter, a nice low mana card that can potentially be pretty big depending on your devotion. And green's pretty notorious for having a lot of devotion in their mana costs. Deadly Recluse, nice little guy to take care of things. A little Death Touch Reach. Skylasher, another little guy. Can't be countered. Give him some reach. Protection from blue never hurts. Another transform card. At the end step, if you control 4 more creatures, you can transform it. I won't go over the rest of this, but put it up here nice and close so you can see. Flips into a land. Tap that forest, or a forest for each creature you control. Gotta have that mana acceleration. I don't know why that's not in the other permanence one. I must have missed that. Creature, mana acceleration, add forest, maybe 2. Meodrin, Towering Might. 8/8 Indestructible. Remove the indestructible counter to distribute 8 1/1 counters. Beef up your already beefy creatures. Greater Hoof Behemoth. Beef up the creatures, give them trample. Arbor Colossus. Beefy with reach, make it beefier with the monstrosity. Vigor. Another beefy creature that can prevent damage and make your creatures even bigger. Cloud Thresher. Nice way to get rid of some flying. Does deal damage to you, but it's worth it. It's only a couple. Flash and Reach. 7/7. And like I said, you got that devotion in there. Nylea, God of the Hunt. She's going to need that devotion to be a creature. Indestructible. Give your creatures trample, make them bigger. Vorapede. Nice little vigilance trample. Undying. Hornet Queen, some flying, Death Touch. Zarok, Hunt Caller. Give some of those big beefy creatures haste. Galta, awesome card to get some creatures in free. And as you see, some of these are higher mana cost. Elder Scale Worm, Very much like this card. Saves your life when you're down. Though, if you've seen any other videos, I said I just play with my friends, and you know what? That card comes out, you're playing with 4, 5, 6, maybe other people. Someone's got something to deal with it, usually. You gotta hope someone else is playing something flashier that keeps their attention. Otherwise, Destroy Spell might be coming their way. Oran Viper. Basically Death Touch. Drawing some cards if it deals damage to a player. Gigantosaurus, just a 10/10 for 5. Giving that devotion too. Jet it. Little Forest Walk. Get some tokens. Elvish Piper. Get those creatures in for 1. Just put them right into play. Essence Warden. Gain some life for these creatures coming in. Also like to have that 1 mana card in for this card. Isan the Wanderer Bard. Those verse counters. Search a creature for how many verse counters you have. Put them on the battlefield. So start with that for your 1. Move on up. Pulkranos, Monstrosity, nice little Hydra. Old Growth Troll. Great little creature that can come back as mana accelerant and token. Another one. Silk Slash Spider, reach. Deal with some flying. Moldiah Channelers. This one's pretty versatile. Can either be bigger or be adding mana. And Jade Light Ranger for the last one here. Little exploring. Possible mana acceleration or just beefing this creature up. And that is the Mono Green OG Green deck. Thanks for tuning in. If you like this video and seeing the cards in the deck, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check this deck out against Battle the Horde or to defeat a god. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.